Hello guys, today we will see how we can browse different directories on the target machine. Remember in the last module I mentioned that there is a difference between a shell and a terminal, and some commands will not work in a shell, and cd or change directory is one of them. The best way to get the point of this video is to simulate the problem. So let me start our previous TCP reverse shell so I can show you what the problem is. Okay, so the script here, it's running on the desktop. So if we type dir, you can see right now we are browsing the files on the desktop. So let's see that we want to change our directory to codes. So if I type cd and then space and then codes, let's see what's gonna happen. And as you can see, the shell becomes non-responsive and it fails to handle the cd command properly. So to overcome this part or this problem, we need to explicitly inform the script on the target side here that the cd command is to change the current working directory based on the incoming command from the Kali Linux. So let me just terminate this and we're gonna work on updating our script to handle such command. Okay, so I'm gonna start from this part and I will add a new else if statement. So new else if statement and say if cd was in the command that we received from the Kali Linux, okay, then we're gonna split the received command. Let me just type directory. Okay, so command.decode.split and then star. So the syntax looks similar to the grab case that we did here. So if the Kali Linux or the user on the Kali Linux typed cd then star, then the directory that we want to jump, we're gonna get this command and then split it based on the star. And the second part of the command is the directory that we want to jump. So we're gonna store the directory that we want to jump in a directory variable. Okay, now because the user can make syntax error or choose a directory that doesn't exist, we need to handle the operation of changing the directory within exception handling. So next I'm gonna type try. Oops. Next I'm gonna type sorry for that, try, and then os.chdr, which is operating system change directory, and then we're gonna pass the directory that we want to jump to. Okay, after that we need just to inform the Kali Linux that we have changed the current directory. So I'm gonna use s.send. So we're gonna just simply send back a text or a string saying that we have changed the directory. So let's say that the current working directory is, and close the quotes. And to get the current working directory, we also use the os.getcwd. Getcwd. So this function will return the current working directory. Okay, so let me close the parentheses and I will type .encode and also close the parentheses and close the parentheses for the send function. So what would happen? We're going to change the directory based on the directory that we received from the user input, and then we're going to send back a message to the Kali Linux that we have changed the current working directory. Now if we got an exception, so exception as e. So now if we got an exception that we were unable to change the directory, then we need to send back the error. So here this line means that if we got any exception, then please store the exception in a variable called e as an error. So finally we're gonna just send this error message that we got. So I'm gonna use the same thing, s.send open parentheses, and let's say this kind of minus, because we were not able to send that to change that directory. And then I need to convert the error message into a string. After that, just .encode, and then close the parentheses and close the .send parentheses. So let me save, and let's go to the Kali and let's give it another try. Let me do run. Okay, so let me check the current directories, and let's say that we want to go to codes. So remember, the syntax is going to be cd, then star, then the directory that we want to jump to, and in this case it is codes. So the target has changed to this directory, and it sent back a message that the current working directory is this one, because remember we programmed this part. So after we change the directory, we just reply back with a message about the current working directory. So right now, if I type dir, as you can see right now, we are inside the codes. Let's try to go back to the previous directory. So I'm going to type cd star then dot. We came back to the desktop directory. So again, let's try to go to a directory that doesn't exist. So codes, for example, and we got an error message saying that the system cannot find the specified directory. Okay guys, I hope that this lecture has been informative for you, and thanks for watching.